Okay, so I have one hose bib over here that has hard water coming out so I can water the lawn. I want to put a new faucet over here that is going to be soft water, and then I can use that soft water to do things like, you know, wash my car, motorcycle, things like that, where I don't want to use the hard water. So what I'm going to be doing is decided right here is the best place to go. Look downstairs, make sure that's a good spot, measured over, and I'm going to use this drill with a diamond tipped hole saw using a 1 1/4, and then I'm going to try to put this faucet through. This is a 1/2 inch SharkBite, so we can just go directly to PEX, and I used a 1 1/4 hole saw here so that I can get this through. I think you could go as low as a 1 1/8, but they didn't have that at the store. They had 1 1/4, so we're going to try that. So start drilling. All right, remember, safety first when using power tools. Never done this before with one of these, so let's hope it works. Now that I've gotten it started, I think I'm actually going to take this big bit out. I tried doing it without the pilot bit in there, and you couldn't really get it started, but now that I've got it cutting grooves in there, I think I can just use the actual hole saw bit and not have the pilot in there. So I'm going to take it out and see if that works. If not, I'll throw it back on, keep going how we were. All right, took the pilot bit out, just took the set screw out, pulled it out. Now we've got no bit in there. Let's see if we can keep going. All right, feels like we've bottomed that out. Still feeling stuff here. So I'm gonna go get a chisel or something, see if we can get that out. All right, I didn't have a masonry chisel that was small enough to get in here. I just have a big one. So instead of going to the store and getting one right now, I'm gonna see if I can break up this core that we've cut out with the saw with some masonry bits I do have. So we'll see what happens. Put it in hammer mode. There we go. Just that. Kind of shattered that into some pieces, which we'll pull out. Use this scratch awl, see if I can break that piece up some more. I wish I had a little smaller chisel. I should have got one at the store. Boom. There we go. All right, so with these you can only do about this much at a time, so if you're drilling something deeper, you have to try to get it in there, which I'm going to run into this collar at some point. So, I don't know. We may have to start drilling with smaller masonry bits so I can get through all this brick. Get our big bit back on here, maybe. Let's do a smaller. Try the smallest long bit that I have. Maybe do a few holes if we can. And hammer mode. Wish me luck. All right, we got through. So I think I'm just gonna go kind of around in a circle with this bit until we get rid of that piece. All right, let's keep on drilling. Action. Almost there. Almost. Yeah, it's about a finger thick. Probably got about 3 inches of brick to go through here. And it's just the end of it is a little flanged out. And this thing isn't 3 inches long, so we can't just get a nice clean hole all the way. Man, I wish if this thing was just that much longer. Pretty sure you can get those, but you have to have a bigger hammer drill Or, I don't know, Home Depot may have had them. I only went to Ace, so maybe next time, I'll know. I've gotten through the brick part now, and I can get the end of my hose bib through the brick. Now running into the wood that's on the inside. I think what I'm gonna do is just do a small hole with this 3/8 paddle bit so I can find out where it is on the inside, and then I'm gonna do my drilling through the wood actually inside, so I'm not having to go all the way through this brick and then have space and then that, so we can have a shorter bit drilling it from the other side. So let's do this to figure out where I need to drill on the other side. All right, looks like we did get through the wood. Just want my bit back now. Could go get plenty. There we go. All right. All right, we have a hole through. So now I'm gonna go inside, finish drilling it this way, and then we'll put the hose bib through, hook everything up. All right, came inside. Looks like this is where I drilled. So we're gonna put a hole right here, big enough so we can get our hose bib through. All right, while I was drilling in there, found out that there was a little nail in there. When I was drilling through, I hit a nail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my oscillating tool here with a bit with a piece that's made for cutting nails inside of wood. So we'll go ahead and cut that. Okay, we cut out the nail that was there. Here is the two little bits that came out. So that screw actually was right where I was drilling. So cut that out of the way. Then used another auger bit to finish cutting through the wood here. Now I'm going to send the faucet bib through the wall here. Hopefully it's long enough. Otherwise I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get a longer one. All right, so we're back on the outside now. We're gonna go ahead and feed our faucet bib through the wall. There we go. We want it to kind of have an angle so when you shut it off, the water will drain out this way, so it's kind of tilted up a little. And you have this little plastic piece on the back that kind of helps with that. So next, I need to secure it to the wall. I'm going to use some tap cons. So I've got my 3/16 drill bit for drilling, and then I'm going to use these 1/4" blue Tapcon screws to secure it to the wall. So we'll go ahead and drill the holes and then screw them in to secure it. All right, so we've got the hose bib where we want it. We'll mark where we want to drill our holes. And I'm just using orange Sharpie, stands out on this white brick. And to make sure I drill far enough, I'm just going to mark on my bit how far I want to go. Pull it out. Now drill it with my 3/16 bit. Once again, safety first. All right, got our holes all drilled. Hose bib through the wall. And if you don't have a screwdriver, you should keep a multi-tool type thing on your keys so you can loosen screws if you need to. All right, now our handle's out of the way. And we can screw this sucker in. Right, now secured. Just line this up, put it back on, hand tight. Now, screw it in the rest of the way with Phillips. Bam. So now I'll just head back inside and get it all plumbed in. Before cutting any of the pipes, make sure to shut off the main water valve to the house. Since I have a reverse osmosis system, I also like to shut off the water going to that because I've gotten it messed up before when I've drained the house of water. And then go to your lowest faucet in the house and drain all the water out of the system so that when you break into your pipe, you don't get any water leaking. All right, so now we're down in the basement here and my faucet is coming through the wall back up here. And I've got a 1/2-inch copper line right here that is soft, cold water that I want to send up and out into the garage. Now, this line just goes over here and goes to a cap because in the past I had ended that copper line and I ran a new line over here to that other faucet so that it didn't have soft water. So I'm just gonna cut this copper right here. We're gonna do a 1/2-inch PEX 90-degree elbow to go up towards the ceiling here, and then I'm going to crimp on another 90. This is a SharkBite barb basically, so it'll go on, and then I'll crimp a stainless steel ring onto it using my tool. That way we can not use a whole bunch of these push-on SharkBites because these are a lot more expensive than just having one of these barbs and then putting rings on it. But these are really good when you want to convert from copper to PEX. You can also use go on to CPVC with these. That's another thing because they're the exact same size. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut the copper. Now, I've got 2 copper cutters. This one is great if you have a lot of room because you can get more leverage for tight areas like this. I have one of these small ones. It's nice because you can cut copper in a close space. So get one of these if you do a lot of plumbing work in an old house like I do. So I'm going to estimate about where I want to cut it, mark it with a Sharpie, and get to cutting. These tubing cutters, you just get it in place, get it tight to where it won't move, and then you'll just run it around the pipe, and then we'll tighten it down just a little bit, send it around again. And I did turn the water off and drain the water, but still a good idea to have a bucket underneath just in case there is some residual water in the pipe. When I cut it, it may have a little come out, so it's nice to have a little bucket here so we don't make as big a mess. So turn it around until it feels like it's kind of loose, not that hard to go through. Tighten it up a little more, keep twisting, and generally go around twice. Tighten it a little bit. Feels like it's loose again. Tight. All right, we've cut through. Not much water, just a ghost amount. Now this copper pipe can come out. And you can see the end of it, I just had a SharkBite plug on the end. So this is just gonna come out, go in my scrap pile. We'll take that cap off so we can reuse it someday. And now we're gonna put our 90 on. I like to put a little bit of plumber's grease on PEX and copper here if I'm gonna put it onto a push-on SharkBite fitting. Also, when you cut copper, you kind of want to deburr the end. So on this guy, pop out this little deburring thing, and then just kind of go around a couple times. Try and take off any sharp edges. Get it greased up so our O-rings are nice and lubricated. And we'll push and twist that on until we feel it seat all the way. And now we just need to go up and over. Now this is all the PEX I have left in the house right now. I got a little bit of white and some red. Red, blue, and white, they're all the same stuff. They're just the coloring is just for color coding. There's not going to be any hot water in this, but when you're running out of tube, use what you got. I think if I just push this white one in, we can then go the rest of the way over with the red. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach my 90 onto this. So I'm using the stainless steel crimp rings. There's also a copper kind, but you need a different crimper than what I have. So you just put this on the end, you leave about 1/8 to 1/4 inch of pipe sticking out of the end. That way when you crimp it down, it'll be crimping on to the barbs that are there. You want to do it in that range. So we'll put that on, grab our cool little crimper, grab onto the little flange that comes off of the ring, and we'll start crimping it down. And this has a little light on it right here, and it'll turn blue once we've crimped it enough. It'll light up right there, so we know we're good. Now I can give it a release, And there you go. Just that easy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and stick my red into the faucet. Put a little faucet grease onto the end of the tube there. Use your finger, just kind of wipe it around so it's lubricated. Easier to go in. I'm doing this standing on a stool, which may be dangerous, so do this at your own risk. Alright, that feels like it's in. Just need to cut this last one to size, put a ring on it, and crimp it. Right. Give it the last ring crimp. So there we go. Got our soft water coming in, going out. Take my extra removal tool back. It's just that easy. Probably put some insulation around there just to close that up. Make sure there's no air coming in. That's it. All we gotta do is turn the water back on. Make sure there's no leaks. And we'll be good to go. All right. So thanks for watching. Today we were able to put another water faucet out in my garage, so we can use the existing faucet for filtered water. It goes through the house filter, but then I can use that to water the lawn and plants out there. And then I have now a soft water faucet, so I can hook it up to my power washer, wash my cars with it, and then we're not using hard water, so I'm not going to get like hard water stains on my car anymore. So I'm very excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So thanks for watching. If you thought this was helpful at all, give me a like, subscribe, whatever. Have a good day. Will out.